Okay. Hi, everyone. So this is a very quick overview of the volunteering opportunities at Queen Mary. So we're going to start with some quick introductions, then I'll give you a short overview of the different opportunities and the types of volunteering we've got at Queen Mary. Then I'll talk a bit about how does the pandemic, the COVID-19 impact volunteering at Queen Mary. Then Tasmia will take over and we'll talk about the awards and benefits of volunteering in general. And lastly, I will just leave you with some links and how to stay updated, where to go if you want to look for more opportunities. So my name is Alexandra, and I'm a third-year biomedical sciences student. I am also your Maryland volunteering officer. I have been quite an active volunteer since I started Queen Mary. So in my first year, I volunteered with Aspire. Then in my second year, I was the president of Aspire, and this allowed me to progress onto the Students' Union. And this year, I am your volunteering officer.
Hi, my name's Tasmia. I'm your community volunteer representative. I'm going into my second year at Queen Mary. I'm studying economics. So last year I volunteered with an external charity partner, Reach Out, where I helped mentor some kids who were like primary aged. I also spent the summer volunteering with My Time Active as a tutor, and I'm hoping to do more volunteering this year.
Right. So the volunteering opportunities, they differ a bit, but we can generally divide them into two groups. So one are kind of one-off opportunities, such as Give Volunteering a Go, where you would sign up in advance for kind of a few hours volunteering on the weekend, let's say. Then volunteering with external partners or charities, they can also be one-off offers, but they can also be something more regular, so like tutoring or mentoring, etc. With student-led groups, most of the opportunities are usually more regular because you get involved with the group, but you don't have to be there every week or anything like that. But in general, it's more regular. And lastly, we've got Community Foundation, which is kind of a separate thing. This is more of a leadership and skills development program where you can get involved in various opportunities. And I will cover that a bit later on. Right. So probably something that a lot of you are wondering. So very quick answer, yes, you can still volunteer amid the pandemic. And I think one of the most important things to mention here is that a lot of opportunities are happening online. So mentoring, tutoring, and training, there is not really an issue with that. Some opportunities will still be going ahead physically, but I don't have a lot of details right now. So my best advice would be to check the Students' Union volunteering subpage, for which I will give you the link towards the end of the presentation. For student-led groups, all of our groups have been given an advice to have as many of the activities, if not all, happen online. But don't worry, you can still socialize with the group, take part in training, and even when volunteering. So that's really not an issue.
Okay, so give volunteering a go. If you're unable to make a weekly commitment but are still interested in volunteering, you can try out our Student Union's Give Volunteering a Go program. These are one-off opportunities that anyone can do, even if you've never volunteered before. The program has offered incredible experiences. One of the most popular opportunities has been the Breakfast Challenge, where volunteers support the Whitechapel mission by cooking and serving breakfast to 300 homeless people for the day. So obviously this challenge might not run this semester due to precautions regarding the pandemic, but definitely keep it in mind for future interest. These Give Volunteering a Go opportunities will be listed on the QMSU website, which is linked on this slide. It's definitely a really good opportunity for you to just try it out, and I would really highly recommend it. So external partners. So Queen Mary also connects students with volunteering opportunities from external charities and organisations who offer a really wide range of work. So regardless of your interest and skill, whether that's sports, education, mental health, or sustainability, you are likely to find an organisation that you can work with. I've included a few examples on the slides, but there are definitely many more. So Bookmark is a charity that helps primary school children, so that's ages ranging from 4 to 12 years old, develop their reading skills. A lot of the schools they work with are really close to the university campus if you do want to, travel. But they also do virtual volunteering. I think that's included Zooming students and helping them read that way. Um, Reach Out, the organization that I mentioned before that I work with, they're a mentoring organization that pairs uni students with young children to help them develop character strengths like resilience, good judgment. And they do this through games and activities. It's a lot of fun. And it's really rewarding. The organization itself offers lots of benefits to its volunteers because they have other partners in like finance firms, consulting firms, and they can offer fast track opportunities if you're a volunteer. So definitely keep in mind additional benefits that external partners will give to you. Nightlines are student listening services that are confidential, anonymous, non-judgmental. Um, they are run by students for students. So volunteers answer calls, emails, texts, and talk in person to their fellow university students about anything that's troubling them. Tutor offers tuition to secondary school children from disadvantaged backgrounds, and I do know that they also offer online volunteering opportunities. Um, so Active Newham, I've included them because they offer a wide range of volunteering opportunities, and they're all near the university. So definitely check out their website. Um, yeah, they've got a lot of stuff there. Food Cycle, so their main mission is to fight hunger and poverty in the UK. They have a lot of volunteering roles, and they really vary, whether it's delivery, making food. I'm not sure how they've adapted, um, but I do know that all of these external partners are currently running this semester. So whether that's still in person or online, you can check out the SU website to find the partners, but I would also suggest visiting the partners' websites to apply, and I've included the links on the presentation.
All right, so now on to our student-led groups. So we've got 5 groups associated with the Mile campus. Just one thing to note before I dive deeper into the groups, St. John's is not necessarily classified as a volunteering group on our campus. Hence, there is a £5 yearly membership fee. So starting from the left, we've got Aspire, who deliver weekly sessions wherein they raise awareness and teach local primary school children about disabilities and Paralympics, etc. First Aid with St. John's, so they are actually associated with St. John's Ambulance. Currently, they're running weekly online training sessions, teaching you about first aid. And then I am not sure how does that impact the actual exams you have to take if you want to join the volunteering unit and go to their events. But if you're joining us today for the welcome fair, for the virtual welcome fair, talk to them. They will have more information for you. Mylan Tutors, they offer weekly English and mathematics tutoring sessions. You also would go to local primary schools and help kind of disadvantaged children with their academic performance. STAR, which is Student Action for Refugees. So this is kind of a nationwide organization that supports asylum seekers and refugees. You can help organize various fundraisers, or you can take part in weekly English lessons to help refugees learn English. Maro is our newly associated group this year, so they're also associated with nationwide charity. And here again, you can help with fundraisers and raising awareness about blood cancers and disorders. You can also take part in training, which will help you to register donors, and you can directly then help the charity. Right, so as I mentioned before, we've got Community Foundation, something that was called Community Sports before. This is kind of, sorry, a more general leadership and workforce development program. There's 4 different parts to it, but something that is kind of most prominent is that you've got different groups, mostly sports groups, that are applying for projects for the social cohesion program, and they're delivering various sessions. So for example, we've got Aspire, who every year organize a sports open day. So this is something that they would usually do on a weekly basis in the local primary schools, but this would be like a more like a bigger one-off event with some competition for the children. And yeah, so that this is something they do as part of the social cohesion program. I've included a full list of all of the 11 groups that are part of the program right now. Something else to mention is that all of the volunteering hours that you log via the community foundation make you eligible for their awards. So depending on the hours that you complete, that can start from certificates, t-shirts, hoodies. And when you pass a certain threshold, you can even get a fully funded leadership qualification. And another thing that is important to note here is that the hours are cumulative, so it's not per year, it's per your whole time at university.
So, what's in it for you? Why should you volunteer? So, there are lots of reasons why you should volunteer. Firstly, because you're making a difference to the community. I know in my time volunteering, it's been really big for me because I've been able to meet lots of different types of people, not only the people who I volunteer with, but the people who I actually work with. And it's a really fantastic feeling to feel like you're doing something, that you're helping other people, and just getting to know different types of people, new people who you might not have met before. You can learn lots of transferable skills. You can learn lots of hard and soft skills. So that's technical training. Lots of these organizations will train you or require training from you, and it's all free, which is really, really good for you guys. It develops your communication, it develops your teamwork, it's evidence of problem solving and leadership. It's really good for CVs. Employers love applicants who volunteer because it demonstrates proactiveness, organisation, and interpersonal skills. As I was mentioning before, the charity that I work with, Reach Out, employers specifically work with volunteers because they recognise how this volunteering organisation has trained its volunteers. And awards. I'll talk about this more in the next slide, but basically the hours that you submit on your volunteering profile can earn you awards. And the student union also has volunteering awards. So yeah, thank you. You can earn awards depending on the hours that you volunteer. So 25 community volunteering hours earns you bronze, 50 silver, 100 gold. And you can also be nominated for the annual Volunteer of the Year awards. You can win lots of titles. So there are titles like Volunteer of the Year, etc. I've also included a link to last year's volunteer awards or this year's volunteer awards, and you can have a look at, what volunteering has been done, and the kinds of work people have been doing.
Right. So this is just kind of a packed slide with loads of links, but 4 easy steps that you can follow to stay updated, or if you are interested, to browse opportunities, get involved with the student groups, and sign up for the volunteering profile. So the most important kind of your starting point would be obviously the volunteering subpage on the QMSU website, which is linked under the first step, and then you can just follow from there. I am not really gonna go into too much details because I think you can just do it yourself, browse your opportunities. Another thing I just wanted to mention that is already written on the slide, but there's more groups, student groups than the ones that I talked about. However, it's important to note that if you wanted to get involved with the boards groups, you still can. It's just a different campus, but there isn't any problems with you joining the group on another campus. So this is kind of to give you a quick overview of the site and where to go, where to find something. So obviously at the top we've got the website, and on the right hand side under number 2 is where you would register for your volunteering profile. That's where you would log your volunteering hours, log all of your volunteering kind of organizations or kind of activities that you're doing. That's where you would also get your certificates if you're eligible for them. And then under number 3, you've got all of the contact details. So the general SU volunteering email for the whole volunteering team. And then there's me and Annie, who's the volunteering officer for BARTS. All right, so thank you so much for listening to this presentation. Hopefully you learned something valuable. If you have any more questions, here's my email. And yeah, I guess we'll see you around. Thank you.
Thank you.